Hey everybody, welcome to the All Over Overland show here on Overland Radio. How are you guys doing? Doing pretty good. Let me open up the comments here. So I got a new webcam. I hope it looks better. Because man, the one on the computer just kind of sucks. So Lee is acting like a no-go, even though I gave him an extra hour to prepare and get ready. And by the way, Mom, this right here is awesome. So they had gone to Florida and got some. They were saying there's some Cuban rolled cigars. I'm a big fan, pretty smooth. And I thought, you know what? Why don't we have one on the show tonight? You know, I've always got my whiskey, so it just makes sense maybe to have a cigar every once in a while. But anyway, back to Lee being a dip. So Lee, I think he got home today. His plan was to get home today, but he wasn't sure that he was going to make the show because he was just going to have been pulled up. And I get it. You know, he's been driving. He's been gone for a long time, and his family probably misses him. But I guarantee that she's going to be packing his bags as soon as possible for him to leave again. In fact, I know this because he's about to leave again anyway. It's just a hard life for him. So I gave him an extra hour. Work where I was working at. We actually were photographing some seniors today at a school. And we do that sometimes in some schools before they start. So we were doing that, and it was going to just last too long. And I just got home probably, 30, 45 minutes ago. So I wasn't going to be able to make the show on time. So we moved it to 9 o'clock. Hope that works for you guys. If you were in the comments, say hi. We've got Hides Overland. Man, we can count on you now for being in the show. Thank you for being here. Yeah, this Oklahoma heat is insane. I heard that we got up to 110 officially in Oklahoma City, which is a record high for this month. I would think that that's a record high ever, but I guess not. And then in London, man, London's on fire. London Bridge is falling down. What's the other one? Isn't there something London's on fire? God, now I can't remember. But anyway, we've got some people. We got some people coming on. I'm gonna bring her on in just a second. So we're gonna have some old friends of ours on that have cut a hole in the top of their Xterra. And we're going to find out if that was a good idea or not. It looks cool. I always wanted to do it to the Liberty. So I'm super London burning. Yeah. London, the Clash. See, I knew there was a song, and I knew that you guys would pull through for me. So I appreciate it. Let's see. Eric said, what did he say? 111.9 at the weather station behind his house. Yuck. I think that one of our guests is on the phone with another of our guests to see what the fuck he's doing because he ain't in on here. She's laughing because she can hear me. So, yeah. And then I need to tell you something else before we get on. There's a podcast that Lee told me about that I am shocked that no one has mentioned to me. Let me find it real quick. I believe it's High Point Overland. Let's see. I have it pulled up. Yes, High Point Overland. Go check them out. I think it's I want to say that it's episode 81. The title of the episode, or the part I can read, is my take on product reviews, discount codes, and then ... So there is an Arkansas Overlander that has blown up on YouTube recently with doing some gear reviews and stuff like that. It seems like there's always a battery that he's looking at. You probably know what I'm talking about. Well, this guy had some words. It's interesting. You need to go check it out. Go check it out. High Point Overland. I listened to it on Spotify, and it's the episode that came out, I think, June 2nd. Yeah, June 2nd. And we need to have him on. We need to have him on for sure. Okay, we got a few other comments in here. What do we got? Summer has arrived in Texas. Yeah, see the Oklahoma, Texas. I'm sure Kansas is involved in that. Probably Arkansas. But yeah. And like I was saying a second ago, London is like on complete fire. Like there's like there were more than 3 dozen fires burning. But anyway, we're gonna bring on some guests. So or a guest. What up?
Just me.
How are
Just
you?
me by myself.
What's
I'm
up?
not with Enoch right now because I had to fly back to New York. Wow, this is really close. This is weird.
Yeah, here, let me see. I can change this to there. Does that make it feel better?
I guess so.
Give you a little bit more room in your box?
Okay, all right. I guess I feel better. But yeah, so he's staying with our friend Chris. You know Chris? Adventure
Chris.
Centric
I know a bunch of Chris's.
Wood.
Maybe.
He has a, I think, 200 series Land Cruiser. It's all like built out now. Well, he's in Washington right now. I had to fly back to New York for family stuff, so that's where I'm at. It's 10 o'clock. I'm tired, and I had to. And you're just chilling with your
cigar and my whiskey drink. Yeah, doing the thing.
I called like 3 people that he's with. No one's picking up their phone.
Wow, that doesn't like make panic go all over your body, does it?
Well, so I called Chris, whose house they're at, and he's like on his way home. He's driving home right now, and he's like, I think they're eating pizza. And I'm like,
he looking at the, I'm gonna say that he's oh, well, here he goes. I won't talk bad about him then.
Oh, so you're here? Fine.
Oh man, I know.
What's the deal, dude? I'm a little butthurt.
That's fair. I was caught up in a conversation and did not realize what time it was. I apologize.
Dude, it happens. You start, talking philosophy and all kinds of things, and make the world right. And what does water taste like? If you were like to say what water tastes like, what does it taste like? Chicken, right?
Nothing.
Chicken.
Everything tastes like chicken, right?
Everything tastes like chicken. So I've got you guys on. So briefly, one of you, whoever wants to go, tell us for those that are maybe seeing you guys for the first time, because we've had you on before, but tell us a little bit about yourselves, like the name of your channel, introduce yourselves, and kind of just give me a quick 2-minute version of what Molesisureventures is all about.
I can do it since Enoch's going to be talking a lot more about the car later.
Okay, you're tired, so we'll let you do the first
half. So Molesisureventures. Mo is my last name. Leisure is his last name. We drive an Xterra and go on adventures. That's our name. And so in 2019, we quit our jobs, sold all of our stuff. I finished up the lease to my apartment, and we set off on the road to visit all of the national parks in the United States. So since then, we have visited 52 out of the 63 national parks. So we have 11 left. We finished most of the ones in the lower 48. The only one we're missing is Royal Isle in Michigan, and I think we're going to hit that one this September. And so right now, what Enoch's going to talk about later, it's our 3rd iteration of our Overland rig.
Right.
So when we first started out, we had a Smittybilt rooftop tent on top. We had like a cargo hitch carrier in the back because we had so much stuff. Then we like downsized, but also like added more things. We got rid of the hitch carrier, switched from the rooftop tent on top of the vehicle to a adventure trailer, and we got a dog. And so pulling a trailer, it's so much work, and we've had a lot of troubles with it. So we decided to get rid of the trailer. And so I told Enoch, I want to be able to go from the front seat to the back and up into the tent without having to go outside. And so his answer to that was cutting
He
a
had a solution.
I did. I had a very good solution.
You know, I always wanted to do that when I had the Liberty. I thought that would be perfect. In fact, I still think that the Jeep Commander would be the perfect platform for that because it's long, because it's bigger. There'd be more livable space inside. But you know, Jeep just failed when it came to the Liberty and the Commander, making them robust or durable or anything. So if I was to go back and do that, I would have to like take everything off of it and put all different new stuff or just make shit. But so that's not going to happen.
Yeah.
Now you guys, I want to get into the build here in just a second, but I want to talk about I have a question about like you had the rooftop tent, and I get it. It's, you know, especially if you want access inside, you had the trailer for a while. And do you feel like you're downsizing?
Yes.
At all from having the stuff in the trailer? Like, how much shit did you have to go? I just can't take it.
We have so much stuff. Because this is the ultimate downsize, right? Because we added a dog to the mix too, so it's both of our stuff plus Ella's stuff, and we had to fit all of that into the rig, and it's not complete yet. So we've been traveling with Braxton. Welcome to the outdoors, and he has Big Mama, and Big Mama's first job as support for us is
carrying all your shit.
Yeah, pretty much.
And a good thing it's Braxton. He's such a good guy, you know. Like he's like,
absolutely,
I'll do it. Whatever you need. Yeah, okay. I'm here for you. And then you're like, well, you have to follow us around everywhere we go because you have our shit.
He's our new roommate. He goes everywhere now.
See, yeah, and he's probably loving it. So how long have you, did you ever think about doing this before she said, hey, I'd like to be able to access the sleeping area from inside the vehicle? And did she think that we were going to cut a hole, or did she think we were going to get a different vehicle?
I think she thought we were going to get a different vehicle.
Something.
And I have been actually kind of thinking about the whole, what we call it in the industry as a troopy build, right?
Yeah.
So like your standard South African troopy builds with the pop top, all that. So I had been thinking about doing that to a Nissan Xterra for a while, because through all my research and stuff, the Xterra, where that bump is, where it bumps up, is it's non-structural. They have a couple of rigidity straps that go across there, just for if you get a rollover and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And so I knew that if I cut a big hole in that it wasn't, my roof wasn't going to collapse in on me, and the whole body wasn't just going to fall apart. So after I found that out, I was like, man, there's got to be a way that I can make this happen. Then once she kind of suggested that she wanted this situation to come forth, I was like, all right, I know exactly what I can do. I'm going to give me an aluminum welded rooftop tent. I'm going to cut a giant hole in it. I'm going to go in the Xterra, cut a giant hole in the top of that, and then I'm just going to put them together.
Dude, now I'm trying to share this on a different page, but it's not going the way I want it to. Okay, well, forget that. I'll deal with that later. Yeah, I mean, it's cool when you find out that you can do it.
Right.
But how many times did you guys talk about, should you do
it? There was no talking.
There was no talking. It was like, I know what I'm going to do. And she's like, what? I'm like, I'm going to cut a hole in it. And she's like, wait, what? I'm like, yeah, I'm just going to cut a hole in it. She's like, okay.
Okay.
So not only did you do that, but you had to cut a hole in the bottom of a perfectly good rooftop tent.
Yes. Yes, I did.
Which one hurt worse?
Oh, definitely the Xterra, for sure. I know Yogi felt some pain when I was cutting off that roof, screaming a little bit here and there.
Now, how were you able to connect the two? I mean, was it just some clamps? Did you? I mean, because you're talking about aluminum and steel.
Right. So what? Fortunately, with Nissan Xterra, they all have those roof racks that are mounted to them from the factory.
Yeah.
And so I took that off. Excuse me. And then the existing riv nuts that were already in the roof. There was like, I don't know, 26 riv nuts in the roof. And then I added a bunch more where I felt it needed to kind of gap some areas. And then it's all riv nutted straight to the rooftop. It's and then in between the two materials, I am using the camper topper seal. It's like a kind of like a rubber foam hybrid, and I put that all the way around, and then I just bolted it down to the roof.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and then in the front section where that lower bump where that little lower bump is, I had to make 3 custom racks, welded them up so that way I could hold the support, the weight on the front.
You did that to kind of just give you support, so it's not
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just stiffen it up real nice.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, you need that for the motion that happens. Rooftop tent, you can't
little swing, little sway
break in the middle of adult time for sure.
When he's climbing rocks.
Oh, is that what you call it? I've
heard that. Climb them mountains,
Climb those mountains. There you go. Well, awesome. I looked at that when you guys started on it, because you guys had, I can't remember if you mentioned that you were going to do it or if there was a video of you just like starting to hack the shit out of the top of the Xterra.
I think it was the video. I was kind of I think I may have talked to you about it at the More Expo a little bit because it was like within a month or two of actually doing it. So like I knew the things were coming together, and then so I started telling a few people about what I was going to be doing, and then once it all came together, that was it. It was went and picked it up and
definitely takes balls. And especially whenever I haven't heard of that happening with an Xterra. Now you guys know way more Xterra people than I do. Has anything like that even been attempted?
No, they're definitely the first Xterra.
Dude,
100%.
Badass.
100%. Yeah, it came together so well, and it's just great. I might just start a business. I'm just saying, if you have an Xterra, you got a rooftop tent laying around, talk to me. Hit me up.
Well, and it seems like, I know that they do that with the 70 series and with the Troopies. Well, I guess the Troopies more so than 70 series, but they do that with the Troopies, and there we go. There's the baby we all want to see. And it's one of those things where I think that application could apply towards a lot of different SUV vehicles. I mean, it just takes the nuts, the balls to do it.
Agreed. And and on some units, if you do have to take out some kind of structural supports, just you reinforce the areas, you throw up a little like internal roll cage kind of scenario.
Yeah, like when you're chopping a hot rod,
exactly.
You're basically getting some kind of metal supports that sometimes people just tack weld them from one side to the other to keep it from flexing, to keep it from bowing in or doing anything like that. But you didn't have to do that with the Xterra because you probably, how far of a lip did you give it? Like whenever you cut into it, like from the corner?
It's almost 8 inches roughly from the outer edge. So like it's got plenty of rigidity left in there. And that's probably one of the main reasons I wouldn't. Oh, it might be.
Mm-hmm.
With the welded, that's why I went with the welded rooftop tent from Big Country 4x4 because they're one of the few that actually weld up all the corners instead of doing like bolts with Sikaflex.
Gotcha.
So that really, I think, added the rigidity back to anything that I may have lost. Yeah.
Let's see. Eric Stevens says my Range Rover Classic roof is bolted on to the pillars. You can remove just the roof panel if you want. Yeah.
There you go.
That Venture Forward channel I'd love to watch. He's got a 10 on Orangey, his Jeep, but it's the Ursa Minor, so it's built that way. He didn't cut anything. He just took the top off and put a different top on. I mean, that's the easy part. I mean, that's Jeep
right
there, I guess. But now, what are your plans kind of inside? Because we haven't heard or seen anything really on the inside of it. Are you going to build that out, or are you going to leave it kind of an empty space to put shit in?
No, it's going to be completely built out. So I'm going to have and this part's actually already pretty much done. The kitchen side. So I've got a sink. It'll have an induction stove in it. So it will be 100% electric. And then, just some drawer storage. And then on the other side, on the passenger side, it's going to be, hold on, Ella's getting all up in my face right now. On the passenger side, it's going to be like a couch style.
Yeah.
That goes down to the door. And then at the door point, I'm going to add like a folding, like bench kind of thing. Just kind of going to go like this.
Okay.
So Ella can get to the door whenever she needs to.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, dude, she's hamming right now. She's like, pay attention to me. Put down that phone.
She's like, what are you talking to?
Is service good enough to go outside and show the Xterra?
I mean, I can attempt. If I start getting blocky, I'll come back. We can do that.
We can save that for a little later. That way we don't lose it and have to figure it all out. So let's save that for just a little bit. So you're going to have a kitchen set up on one side, a bench on the other. I'm assuming storage under the bench, stuff like that.
Yeah. Yep.
Gotcha.
For all our shit.
And then for all of our shit. And then like the battery systems and stuff like that will all be underneath the subfloor.
Gotcha.
So I have all the utilities nice and hidden, safe.
And you're tall as fuck, so you can stand up inside there. I've seen the pictures.
Yes, I can
stand up inside there and still have room.
Yep. Dude, I'm so stoked to just stand up inside and cook on that little kitchen, and it's gonna be cool.
Man, that's gonna be real nice to have an indoor cooking space like that when the weather's shit.
Yes.
That's gonna be, and you guys have been doing this long enough that you obviously know the limitations of just a rooftop tent, because you always have to go outside. You always, there's no inside space to hang out. I mean, you can sit cross-legged inside at the top of one, but after a while that sucks.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think you guys, now I wanted to ask, and you kind of mentioned a little bit, but the trailer, here's my issue with trailers. Like, they're a great, like I've always said, and people will say it's a great home base. Go somewhere, set it up, and then go down the trail and go explore and then come back. The problem is you have to come back.
That's right. You can't keep going
on that track.
Mm-hmm.
You got to come back.
Yep.
So that's where I've kind of been on the fence about a trailer. Now I've talked to a couple of trailer companies, and I've got a trailer company I've been talking to that wants me to help them design one.
Ooh.
Okay.
They do a roadworthy teardrop trailer, and they want to get into the off-road market and the overlanding world. So been talking to them about helping them with that. So we'll see what happens. But I'm still kind of, even with that, I'm still just a little on the fence because of what I said. You have to, it's a pain in the ass to drive it on a trail.
Yep.
If you got to backtrack, it's some bullshit, especially if you're on a single track. I'm sure you never had to do a 180 on a tight trail with a trailer.
Oh man. We were doing the BDR in Idaho. We're heading down south, getting up into the higher elevations, and here comes 200 feet long snow caps that are 2 to 6 feet deep, depending on where you are on it.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, man! I had to disconnect the trailer, flip it around by hand, and then turn the car around and then hook it back up and then keep on going. I mean, it is not a fun situation. I think the benefits don't outweigh the cons.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, and especially with your lifestyle where you're pretty much, I mean, 100% mobile.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think that if you're a family that is living in a house and you're going to go to Northwest Arkansas and check things out, yeah, you can park it and go travel around and then explore. But whenever you're moving like you do, you know, and you're going from national park to national park and all the different things, like you don't want to be like halfway down the road and go, oh shit, we need to go get the trailer. Did that ever happen?
Oh, there's a few times where I wanted to leave it behind, but no, that never happened.
Gosh, I could see myself, you know, maybe taking a little bit of you know, that green salad and then like thinking, okay, it's time to go somewhere, and being like, shit, I forgot something. I don't good gas mileage, like just going up the hills easy. Like, what's going on? And then you're like, oh shit, trailer. You know, it's, you know.
Oh yeah. And that, I mean, that's those points right there. You don't realize that's a huge thing right there. Going up a hill with a trailer, like even one as light as ours. Okay, so ours was less than 2,000 pounds. All right, max tow capacity on Xterra is like 5,000 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
You still felt that thing. Like, I mean, it was there no matter what.
Yeah.
You know. So
yeah, when I pulled the Opus to last year's Mountain West Expo, you know, I mean, just and you know, it was the small one. It wasn't even a big one. It was like the baby one.
Yeah.
And my gas mileage suffered. You know, I mean, I was down in single digits. You know, miles per gallon, and that just wasn't acceptable to me. You know, I just, there's a lot of creature comforts in especially something like that because you can live in it, because the trailer that you had was a gear hauler.
Yeah.
It wasn't a teardrop. It wasn't a you know, go sit in or stand in kind of trailer. It was a gear hauler for you.
Yeah.
So, which brings me back to the gear part. Like, what kind of things did you have to? Well, I mean, I guess you got Braxton, so you didn't really have to let go of too many things yet. But you're going to have to at some point.
Yes.
You know, and that's going to be, hopefully you have like two of a lot of things, which I doubt you do. But, you know, if you're going to have, are you going to bring another stove with you, or are you just going to rely on the induction one inside?
100% on the induction.
We'll
have our backpacking one, because we always have our backpacking gear.
Yeah.
But yeah, that'll be the only backup, would be the backpacking stove.
Well, and I guess that's true. I guess like a lot of the gear that you're going to look at now might come from the backpacking world.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because you got to think about how much space I have, how much I can bring. You definitely need to buy things that have more than one purpose.
Oh yeah,
which is like always been one of my things. Yeah. Let's see. We got a couple.
That's probably been one of the longest practices we've kept going, is trying to purchase things that have multiple uses.
Yeah. We got it. We got our good friend. Oh crap, she missed the beginning.
Cindy,
he represented. That's awesome. So yeah, she's been, the TC trailers are pretty nice.
Mm-hmm.
That, you know, and she's been pulling that around everywhere. So
for someone, for us in particular, because I can only, you know, kind of talk on our experience, the trailers that are, not all of them, but a large majority of the trailers that are out on the market just aren't made for what we were doing. It was just we broke it a lot. Let's just say that you know, we had a lot of failure in the axles and stuff like that. So
really,
you know, for what we were doing, they're not quite there yet. Yeah.
No, I get it. Well, I can't wait. Like, if we get to go outside, that's going to be awesome to be able to see it. But I also wanted to ask you about PNW. Pacific Northwest Overland Expo. How was it?
Go ahead.
What,
How,
me?
yeah, how did you like it?
I really, so it was the first Overland Expo PNW. I think the venue was great. Like, just compared to the like, we've only been to Mountain West and West last year or this year, and both of those were like really dusty and hot. For PNW, everyone had like a grassy space to set up on, so that was a really nice feature. And then everywhere you walked, you can pretty much see. Was it Mount Hood? Was that
Yeah,
or
Mount
like
Hood and the Sisters.
mountains all around you, which was it was beautiful. And then I mean, all the vendors. There's a lot of people. There's always so many people. I always get really overwhelmed.
Yeah. Yeah, Lee went on and said that it was one of his favorite events that he's been to so far. Just the overall feel of it. You know, and it was kind of like when we were in Loveland, it was one of those things where we were, you couldn't see mountains. And I'm like, I'm in Colorado and I'm at an expo and I can't see trees or mountains or anything.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah, it felt like, well, I might as well just, you know, be at some, well, we were at kind of a fairground, but you know what I mean? It just, it was fun. And I think it was successful, but for the part that you didn't feel like you were at an overlanding place, you know, and
I would agree. Yeah.
like an overlanding, one of the overlanding meccas to go to, you know, and it's in that area where, you know, you can spend years and years and years exploring all the different trails, you know, in that area. So that was kind of disappointing. So, you know, I was upset that I didn't get to make it. Lee got to go and rub it in my face and, you know, ask and, you know, all that kind of stuff. Now, I do have a big question for you. Are you getting to keep the one wheel?
Oh, of course.
Okay. I figured like you're not gonna pare down the one wheel. I mean,
Worst case scenario, I'll get like a Pelican box or, you know, something along those lines and store it up on top of the roof.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now,
Gotta have the one wheel.
How much weight can the top of the rooftop tent that you guys have hold, or do you guys
I believe it's 150 pounds.
Okay.
It'll hold 150 pounds, but to lift it up, I would have to reduce some of that weight on the top end.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah.
So it makes sense. Maybe clothes, or I mean, I don't know what you're going to put in, but stuff that you would need when you're camping anyway,
right?
You know, to pull down. Yeah, that'd be the hard thing of trying to figure out what you're going to put up there versus what you're going to put in where the couch is, you know, and then the storage inside of the vehicle. You know, now you got to figure out stuff,
we're gonna get
stuff that you're not going to want to go outside to get.
Exactly. Yep. So an idea that Delia was thinking of is that we do some Moley panels inside, so that way we have some things, you know, just like the everyday use stuff we can just have hanging up, and it creates more storage and space that we typically wouldn't use.
Yeah, I think Molly panels will be great, and even just places where you can Velcro some of those Velcro bags too. You know, that you can Velcro. You know, Step 22 inside of some of their cases, they have those bags, you know, that'll hold wrenches or hold. You've got them in their Pelican case and in the Hedgehog, where those will Velcro out, and you could put them in different strategic places. And I think you can buy just those bags.
Yeah, I think they do just sell the bags.
Yeah, there are other companies that have bags that you can, you know, put to this, you know, just Velcro to the side of the vehicle inside, which would be, I think, a great use of the space. But dude, I'm excited for you guys. I can't wait to see it in person.
Oh yeah, I did a little bit of a tweed interior for all the walls and stuff.
Oh really?
It came out pretty good.
Did you really? So you got interior already on the walls inside?
Oh yeah, I got a floor in.
Okay, very good.
Yeah. I have part of the kitchen cabinet system done.
Right on.
Yeah. I'm doing extruded aluminum.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, doing 2020.
Yeah. Very good.
Yeah.
Well, awesome. So, when do you think that you're going to be finished with the build? How much longer do you have?
Well, I 2 weeks. That's what I just keep saying until it's done. 2 weeks.
Oh, really? 2 weeks?
Yeah.
I've been saying 2 weeks.
Mountain
5
West.
years.
Mountain West. No, I want to be
Mountain
100% done by Mountain West is my goal.
Wow, is Mountain West in 2 weeks?
No,
It's 4 weeks,
4 weeks. Yeah.
5 weeks, 4 weeks, 5 weeks, something like that.
5 weeks. Gotcha. Very cool.
Yeah, no pressure.
Now,
No.
I will tell Enoch, your voice is going in and out a little bit. So I don't know if you're moving around, if you're moving going around or something, but every once in a while we can pick up what you're saying, but every once in a while we just can't hear it. So
that's fair. I think it's the internet.
Maybe so. So where are you right now? You're in Washington?
Yeah. I'm in Southern Washington, kind of Vancouver area. Just fortunately, we, as always, amazing people in this overlanding community, and they're hosting us for a couple weeks while we work on the vehicles.
Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, I can't wait till it's finished to see it, and hopefully we'll bump into each other sometimes.
Oh, you're gonna be on Mountain West, right?
No, probably not.
Boo.
No, I started a new job when was that? April? I think it was in April.
Okay.
And yeah, they haven't given me vacation yet. And I'm like, really? Like, I'm 46 years old. Like, I've gotten a few new jobs in the last several years, but they've always been like, oh, with your experience, we're gonna get. And these people have known me forever, so I was a little aggravated with that. But what are you gonna do, right? So I got to tough through this year, and then I'll have quite a bit of vacation to be able to just burn and use. So
nice.
Or maybe something happens and some awesome company decides that I need to rep their shit and go travel and do that stuff for them. So
yeah.
You never know. I'm built for it.
I believe it. I agree.
Well, awesome. So 2 weeks you're gonna have it finished.
Yep, absolutely. 2 weeks. Done. 2 weeks.
So is the next big thing that you're planning is making your way to Mountain West? Is that the next kind of thing that's on the agenda? Or do you have anything between now and then?
Nope. I think it's just making it to Mountain West. We might do like a couple little weekend trips out to the wilderness. But other than that, that's primarily it's just going to be just work on the vehicles and try to get everything prepped and done for Mountain West.
Gotcha. Eric says that he hasn't missed anything that you've said. So maybe it's more on my end or the feed that we're on right now. So, and Theo said the pesky Starlink on the tent that needs. That's what it is.
I got to point it just right. Jeez.
Have you guys looked into Starlink, or do you have Starlink?
We have Starlink.
How is that working? I'm glad that you guys have it because I haven't had a chance to really talk about how it really works. Have you guys been super happy with it?
So when we first got it, is he talking to someone? When we first got it, we were at a rental in Big Bear, and so they were using it, and I think because it was in a neighborhood with other houses during like late afternoon, I guess like dinner time, it would say that there was a lot of people in the area, and so data was a little slow. But then we used it again before PNW, like when we were camped outside in the woods outside of Bend, and we had like 6 people on it, and it was really good then. Like in the middle of nowhere is probably where it works best. And then I guess when was the last we used it? Well, we used it at PNW too, and it was really good there as well. And generally
that's where it would suffer because there was like probably all kinds of people trying it out and all other different things going on.
It was really good at PNW. I think, I mean, the biggest thing is you got to make sure that you're in an area that has like clear skies up ahead
Yeah.
or up above,
Okay.
and no tree blockage. But other than that, I mean, so far so good. I think.
know that they're putting more and more satellites, and their plan is to put like another 30,000 satellites up in the air. And they basically want to have a grid. And you guys probably know, but maybe our listeners don't. They want to have a grid. So right now it's pinging from you to the satellite, and if there's more going to that satellite, then that slows it down. But what they're planning on doing with the grid is that they're going to be interfaced in a way that they can help out a satellite that's getting too much draw from it. And
Okay.
so they're going to be able to channel some of that to other satellites. Plus, it's going to help like go up and then go to another satellite to come down. You know, to where it needs to find its way. You know, like us talking now. You know, it's going up and it's coming. It's however it's coming back. You know, that's all the smartest man in the world stuff. So, you know, that dude is talk about spaceships, Starlink, Neuralink, and he's making sure that the world is populated.
Oh yeah, he is.
That's what he said with this last kid, and I was like,
"Oh my god,
is that the woman that he's with?" And they're like, "No,
nope."
Not even with the woman that he's currently with, that he has like twins with or something."
Yep. Yep.
So I mean,
you read about his dad.
Jeez. So yeah, and you know, he's got all kinds of. I tell you what, you know, everybody that bitches and says, well, you know, I go overlanding to get away from that. Mm-hmm. Like, I get it. Well, don't turn your shit on then.
Right. Right.
You know, but like for you guys, you live off of the road, and so for work and for you know the videos that you do, and for you know product reviews and photos that you take, like you need it to connect with stuff, to be able to make money and be able to connect with other people and get different opportunities and stuff like that. So, yeah, for your casual person, like they're like, yeah, I don't give a shit.
By no means. Fine. Yeah, casual person should not make that kind of investment.
Yeah, but if you're living on it, or if you have a purpose, like Lee and I have talked about it, because at some point we'd love to take this mobile to where I'm not sitting in my house and you're not sitting in, you know, somebody else's house or whatever. You know, we're actually sitting on the trail and having the same conversation, be able to have it live where people can connect with us, and then, you know, go and visit the next person, or go to AT Overland's shop there and be able to walk around, you know, and do an interview at their place. You know, different things like that. That's the plan, and that's where Starlink, when we're ready to do that, is going to be a huge benefit for us, you know.
Yeah, definitely.
And allow us to do those kind of things. Now you guys just got, well, Enoch, you just got back from a photo shoot.
Yes.
How'd that go?
It went really well.
Right on.
It was a lot of fun. You know, we were working with Xterra, which is a aluminum skid plate company. And we got to go out there with Soft Road in the West and Badass Brunette, and we spent 2 days just shooting and doing some filming, and all up in Mount Hood and the Sisters area, Mount Bachelor.
Yeah.
And it was beautiful, man. It, you know, there's nothing like going up and just having that not ice, but snow covered caps. You know, it's so crazy up here in the Pacific Northwest, the way everything's so green, and you just have these white snow caps just blaring way up in the sky above everything else.
That's pretty awesome. And I love Badass Burnett. She's so much fun. And I haven't met Donald, right? With Soft Road.
Donald.
Lee talked to him quite a bit, and I think we're going to get him on the show soon. You know, and he's got a Frontier, you know, and his cab, like his camper, is pretty badass for basically DIY. And then I love how he extended the back door so that he could sleep comfortably back there. But like he even says, like, this is a one-man setup. This is not for somebody else to go with me. This
Right.
is a one-man setup, and he's basically deleted the whole back seat, I think, as far as putting shit back there. So,
I believe that.
but he seems to be, it's kind of one of those things Lee and I talked about when he first, we first knew about him. We were like, he seems a little nerdy, and just a little, and Lee was like, dude, he is one of the funniest people. Like, he is hilarious.
Yeah.
And then when him and the Primal Outdoors guy get together, they just give each other hell. He said, like, it is nonstop hell, between
yeah. Those are our kind of people too, I gotta say. Like we love being off the cuff. No one's taking anyone serious. Like, we all know we're friends, and we can just just hammer on each other once in a while, and it keeps it rolling.
Well, that's how you know you're friends.
Yeah.
Like, if you don't say shit to each other or make fun of each other, then you're not. Are you really friends? I don't know that happens. Okay, so the next big thing is going to be Mountain West, and then what are your guys' plans after that? What's the next national park that you're going to?
Okay, so after Mountain West, I'll just give you our like schedule for the next.
That way you can stalk us later. It's okay.
Well, I will. Definitely.
You're always welcome to. We're not saying no. So after Mountain West, that's what, the end of August. Are we gonna play around in Colorado for a bit? Like,
yes,
okay.
Yeah, we're with All Dogs Off Road.
Oh, right.
And at Sphere, we're gonna hit the Alpine San Juans and go have a little fun in the mountains.
Okay.
Nice. Now, are you guys running All Dogs on the Xterra right now?
We are.
How do you like it? Because that's probably my next big thing is to I've got to get tougher springs in the back because I'm starting to droop a little bit with the rooftop tent, and especially whenever I have all the gear back there. So
absolutely,
I've got to figure out if it's got, I know that there's an old man emu. I know there's old man emu shocks on it.
Nope, don't do it.
Well, that's what's on it whenever I bought it.
Oh, okay.
So, but I don't know. I
thought you bought those. I was like, oh, don't do that.
No. I can't tell what else has been done because I just don't know enough about that stuff to know if it's got a medium weight, or I imagine it probably has just kind of the stock setup as far as springs, and I don't know if they just shocks on it, and that was it. If they just replaced the shocks with those, or if they did a leveling kit or anything on it. But yeah, my next thing is to go in and get 2.5, whatever inches. Just something comfortable that looks good with a heavy duty rear spring. Now, you guys, have you noticed, are you squatting in the back any more than you were before? But you guys were pulling a trailer, so I'd imagine.
So with
that figured out,
with everything I've taken out and everything that's going back into it, we're not going to be. It's not any more weight than what was in it before. Okay. Yeah. And it's going to be less because the trailer, that was 200 pounds on the tongue.
Yeah.
So yeah, that'll definitely reduce on that part. But I highly recommend their parabolic leaf pack.
Yeah.
For the rear end. Like, it is so smooth, man.
Really?
Like, it is. I can't even. It's just night and day. It's like you took your IFS in the front and strapped it onto your rear axle. That's how smooth it is.
That smooth?
Yeah, like full articulation, just like butter.
Right on. Yeah. Well, those
and
guys
are
super cool, also, and they're into dogs. They like dogs.
Yeah.
Trust people that like dogs.
Yeah, and if you're gonna go with like a 2-inch lift, they have like a full kit with their own upper control arm and everything. They just all bolt on, nice and easy. Take you a day to do the whole process as long as you're not breaking all your bolts.
You say that like experience happened.
I don't know, Shaka, but that never happened. Nissans come apart perfect. Every time.
That's like butter, right?
It's like butter. You just touch it and it just comes loose.
Everybody should go out and buy Nissans so that we can get more Nissans out there, mainly so that we can get more parts available for them.
That's right.
Which that's
I want
always
more
been on my
custom
mind.
work.
The Xterra is such a great platform. The Frontier is such a great platform. I'm a little surprised there's not more out there, that it hasn't put a bigger dent in the Toyota obsessed world of overlanding.
It's amazing what a couple of YouTube channels can do for a brand.
Totally. No, I totally agree. And then it seems like I say that, and now it seems like everybody's buying a Nissan.
I mean, people are really loving the new 3rd gen Frontier. I mean, it's a little baby Titan.
Yeah.
You know, and then you can bolt on all the Titan parts.
You know, I love-hate relationship with the whole Titan swap kind of thing.
Fair.
I just don't like how wide it gets.
That's why I never did it.
You know, and then Jason Fletcher with All Things Overland was talking about it, and he goes, it does add 3 to 4 inches width on each side.
Yep. Yeah.
You know,
it's 6 inches total on the front end. Yeah,
that's just insane to me. And I honestly, part of me thinks that it looks badass, and then part of me thinks it looks goofy. You know, I think if you're going to do that, it would look good with some, like, maybe I say that because I'm not sure, with like pre-runner fenders, you know, to make
bring it out. Well, I mean, that's kind of the idea of the Titan swap is it turns your vehicle into a desert runner.
Yeah.
So it's all long travel, you know, components essentially, but just bolt-on, which is for Nissans don't really exist. So it was a nice little trick we figured out over the years.
You know, and that's one of the things that I was disappointed with, like the Jeep Liberty, because I feel that it just makes sense to me that Nissan has it set up to where it's the same frame that's on the Titan. That's why everything bolts onto stuff.
100%.
Why don't other companies do that? Like, why in the world did Jeep money? But see, I think it would be cheaper. Like,
no, because they can save. Imagine a Liberty compared to like the Commander, right? That big ass Jeep that they made for a few years.
Yeah.
And then the Liberty, right? So like the frame for that is beefed up. Well, they can make that same frame with half the amount of metal.
Well, on that case, they're unibody, so they've just got the shit sticking out the front.
Fair.
My point is like the suspension components. Like okay, I understand that the Liberty and the Commander are different as far as the length and probably what goes into some of it, but as far as some of those bolt-on things like the suspension, I don't know why whenever they don't all marry with the Grand Cherokee.
Gotcha.
You know, I know that the Commander and the Grand Cherokee marry to each other. Like I think a certain model of the Grand Cherokee does, probably the same years they were made. But that's where I'm like, okay, well then why didn't you just do that with the Liberty? You made it 4-wheel drive. You say that it's trail rated, and believe me, I mean, I took that damn piece of shit all kinds of places and had a blast with it, but you know, it wasn't durable enough. Got back to the Enchanted Rockies trip, and like $7,000 worth of damage happened.
Oh man, correct me if I'm wrong. Didn't when they came out with the Liberty, that's when they came out with that Dodge Nitro too, right?
Yeah, they're virtually the same vehicles.
Do you think that might be a reason why they did that?
Possibly.
It's kind of like maybe it was more of a Dodge vehicle that they adapted to the Jeep.
Oh, maybe so.Maybe it was more of the Nitro first, and they adapted it for the Liberty. I had never thought of it that way, but maybe that's right.
That's all I got. That's all I got. That's it.
You know, and it's not like, I know that Jeep did, like, in that period of time, they had the Patriot and they had the Compass, and now they've got the Renegade, you know, out. Yeah. And they do that to keep their overall company-wide vehicle mileage to an acceptable range, because they all have to, like, as a company, you have to meet as a company whole and all of your fleet, you know, within a certain gas mileage. So they keep the Jeep as long as they have these things that were getting like really good gas mileage. But the Liberty never got good gas mileage. So it wasn't the purpose.
Well, maybe on the books it got good gas mileage. In the real world, it didn't.
Well, now, yeah, before you start doing shit, it wasn't too bad. But when you started doing stuff to it, which I still, even with, I think I had 2 inches of lift, and I think I had total of 3 inches of lift, 31-inch tires, because that's really all you could fit on it. And
31. Those are some big boy tires.
right? Woo! You know, and with skilled drivers, you can still take that, you know, most places.
Oh yeah, of course.
That's what I keep telling myself. Or told myself. But you know, even with all that stuff, I was getting 17 miles per gallon, which I felt was shitty until I bought a Frontier.
I'm like, that's actually not bad.
Right? Well, I was always bitching about it, and then I got the Frontier, and the Frontier stock was at 17 to 19, 18 miles per gallon.
Mm-hmm.
But as soon as I put the rooftop tin on and a little bit bigger tire on,
yeah,
I was down to 13.5, 13.9, you know, for my miles per gallon. And then pulling that trailer, I was down to 9. So
yeah.
And then Lee, you know, he's got that diesel Colorado, and you know, he doesn't even realize there's a trailer behind him, and he's still getting 20 miles per gallon. You know, craziness. Love him to death. Wish you were here so I could make fun of you to your face. So we're coming up, unbelievably, we're coming up on an hour. So let's try and see if we can walk outside.
All right, let's do it.
Okay.
All right.
We call this going on an adventure, or what did they call that in school whenever you were going somewhere? Field trip. Field trip.
We're going on a field trip.
Oh, he looks pretty
good.
clear right
See if it works.
It actually might be working better now that you're moving around than when you were
clear.
Let's go see if it works out there.
Oh, we're outside.
All right, we're making it.
We're still connected
Now.
I'm gonna hold it up really high so that way, if it's still connected, that way.
it's slowing down.
It's lagging.
Slow down.
Stop walking so slow.
All right. Well, you guys have always been 2 of my favorite people. I love it whenever I see you guys places. I mean, it just instantly makes the whole place feel better. If you guys aren't following them, you guys need to go follow them. So tell us where, while we're walking out there, tell us where we can find you guys on the social medias.
So Molesisureventures on Facebook, on Instagram, on YouTube. Yes. Yep.
Yeah.
Those 3 places. Oh, you can see the car.
Oh!
Don't mind all the bags.
That's our shit.
Ignore that. So there's the sink here.
Oh, nice.
Oh, hold on, Ella's running off. Ella!
Oh no!
She just saw something and she just ran. Ella, come!
Oh no!
Life.
I think she saw
This is real life right here.
She just went full sprint mode.
Did she come back?
There must have been a rabbit.
She's coming back.
Oh.
Come on, Ella.
You're gonna make Mama nervous here.
Oh man.
Too funny.
So yeah, this is the kitchen kind of part that I've built so far. Here's the 10-gallon water tank. It's gonna run up to the sink. Back here is gonna be this top section up here is gonna be where the induction stove is.
Right on.
And then that section behind the driver's seat is gonna be where the refrigerator will be.
Gotcha.
And then
because that's going to be higher up, that's why you put that behind the driver's seat, I'm guessing.
yeah, exactly.
Gotcha.
Exactly.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yep. And then the roof in here, these are split in 2 where the aluminum is there, and they're on hydraulic gas struts, and so I can just push it up and it'll open.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Very good. I was wondering how you guys handled that part of it so that you can lay that down whenever you guys need to go to sleep. So you have it where you can stand up and everything. Isn't it so nice that it's like click, click, and push?
Oh my gosh, it's so much easier than all the other 2 rooftop tents that we've had. Like the setup and takedown process is so fast.
I've got a quick pitch rooftop tent on the truck, and I absolutely love it. And you can point it into the wind, and the wind isn't as big of an issue anymore. So that's pretty nice. Oh, badass. Dude, I don't want to. Yeah, pick up the phone. I don't want to look up the short. That's all I can think of. Oh, geez. We're gonna have some beanie weenies on the.
He's standing.
You didn't get too close of a shot.
Well, I'm super excited for you guys. I can't wait to see the full build whenever you guys are completed with it. And when you are, we'll have you back on and we'll go through an actual walk around. Actually, you know what? I need to make time when you guys are finished to just drive my ass wherever you guys are and hang out and do a walk around. So maybe we can get something like that figured out at some point.
Yeah, we'll be coming through the Midwest when we do after core. We have I think we'll be in Texas for a little bit. So
no, it's
she's like no,
West, and then core, and then we're gonna be going down to Louisville because my friend's getting married, so we have to go to a wedding, and then Expo East in Virginia is like the second weekend of October. And then from October to December, that's up in the air. So
well, we'll
hang out with you, Mike. Then
Rendezvous is right after Expo East.
Oh yeah, we heard about that.
Oh.
Rendezvous is going to be at Mulberry Ranch or Mulberry something. It's not going to be at Birds this year. So it's going to be. They say it's a nicer venue. I've not been to the Mulberry area, the Mulberry complex or whatever it's called. But a lot of people said it's really, really nice. So that'll be nice. But yeah, then you can, and then I'll see you there. Like you guys just need to go. Of course, that's October. That's fall break, I think, for most people, is when that usually happens. So
Overland the Red, is that in October?
I don't remember when Overland the Red is.
I think that's after the Rendezvous.
It's after the Rendezvous?
Yeah.
November, maybe?
Oh, there we go. I made it out. I'm okay.
I made it out holding a phone videotaping myself. That's sometimes crazy. And see, yeah, and she's like, and what's right after Rendezvous? So yeah, that must be Overland the Red. So very cool.
Expo East, Rendezvous, and then Overland the Red.
And they're saying it's in Kentucky. Is East in Kentucky or Overland the Red's in Kentucky?
Overland the Red's in Kentucky.
That's right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, good Lord, we play the video every once in a while, so you'd think I'd know better. It's that whole paying attention to shit, gets me in trouble. Well, awesome, guys. I know that it's late on the East Coast.
It's 11 o'clock.
Probably ready to take a nap, go to bed. So yeah. I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you for coming on. We talk.
Always a pleasure, Mike.
We talk every once in a while, and I was like, dude, we've got to have you on to talk about, cutting the damn top of your Xterra up. Right. And I love it. I love that you guys are doing. I can't wait to see your adventures. Another shout out again. Tell them exactly how to find you.
Molesisureventures, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube.
Right on. And then also go follow Overland Radio and all over Overland on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, all the things. So you guys are awesome. Stick around after we leave the show, and I'd like to say bye to you guys. But everybody out there, thank you so much for listening. We appreciate everything that our listeners do, and they keep us going. They keep us, feeling like our cup's full. So we appreciate it.
Mhm.
Whatever you do out there, make sure that